In this video we're going to be looking at the front loading system of the Sony Betamax C20, 30, 40, and I believe the C80 also used the same mechanism and consequently the same front loading system. So the problem with this machine was when you put the tape in, it would grind as the front loading system reached the end of its travel into the deck, and that is quite a common problem now with these machines, and is down to a couple of teeth that get knocked off. So this gear on the left, you can see there's some teeth missing. This one on the right is a complete gear with all of its teeth, bless it. So usually it's two teeth that are knocked off. Causing this problem causes it to go out of time as well. Now, I started this and then realised that actually I should be making a video because it's something I wanted to document for the future. I've already done it, and basically the gears I just showed you, it's this gear here, and you can see it's all aligned up. The holes need to fully line up. Is that one lined out? It is, just one putting the screwdriver in. And then this one goes through the gap. This hole here is just to make sure that the front gear and the back gear are lined up. Now the other thing you've got to watch out for is the corresponding assembly here, the corresponding arm. This needs to line up with the other side, and there is actually a corresponding hole on the gear on the other side, which also needs to be lined up. So I'm not going to turn it over for obvious reasons at this moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this assembly back on, like so, and you've got to just manipulate the micro switches carefully. If you get to do that, there's a chance you'll damage them. And then screw it together, make sure this belt doesn't get trapped, which I have done, like so. So we'll put the screws in and turn it over, and I'll just show you the alignment hole on the other side. So screws are now in, and you can see the holes are there still. You should be able to put your rod through, like so. Then if we turn this over, this is also aligned up, so you can see there that is perfectly aligned up. So that will just mean that the deck, the front loading system will be completely parallel with the front of the machine, so taking the tape in evenly and obviously landing on the spools evenly and flat. So you'll notice that the flaps are off, so I'm now going to put those on, and you do that by lifting this up. Difficult to do with one hand. This one lifts up, and then put that in. That isn't actually quite right. Still not quite right. Oh, still not quite right. Difficult to do with one hand. So I had to put the camera down just to do that, but you can see that's That's now on and lined up. And the way you're able to do that is by taking out this clip, which lives here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. So it clips in like so. And that stops these from sliding over. So this is literally to get these off, take the clip out, slide them along, and you'll see there's a little flat here that allows them to then come out of the little groove there. And on this side it just drops out of the assembly there. So yeah, that's done. So I suppose now to test it. So I'm going to test this by hand first of all. Let's check it does actually work. One thing I did find with this actually while I was doing the job was quite put the tape in right. Let's just move that out of the way because it's going to fail. Was one of the teeth, the broken teeth, had actually got stuck. Oh, that's it. One of the teeth had actually got stuck in the mechanism that slides back and forth. So let's check that has actually gone down completely. Yeah. And you can actually, if I just put that back down, you can actually see that it's reached the bottom, because you can actually see here the end of the assembly of the actual basket itself. So if I start winding that the right way, you see that's coming back up now. I'll check the doors are aligned, get the camera back in focus. That should be a click. Another one. There we go, that's perfect. So next thing is to put this back in the machine. Now the two screws here, they're easy to get to. Let's give it some light. They're quite easy to get to, and you can see they do remain relatively captive as well, so they're no problem. You've got a screw at the left here where the arrow is pointing to. Screw on the right, again arrow pointing to it. And then there's a screw here in the middle, and that actually goes down, if I can get some light on that, to that hole there that the screw goes through to the chassis. So it's quite a long reach to get to that. So yeah, I'll go and do that now, and then we'll give it a try. So all now back and installed. 5 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back in. Belt put back on, tensioned up, not too tight. They don't have to be very tight. Be careful with the screw. This is already cracked, but you don't need to over tighten the screw at all. If you do, it'll just crack the plastic straight off. This plastic is brittle, but I will say I think I probably broke that back in the 90s when I got this machine and serviced it. Yeah, and obviously don't forget to put the electrical connector to the 2 micro switches, feed it through this little clip here, and yeah, I suppose we better power it on and see if it works. But hang on, there is another part to this video that I missed, and that is adjustment of these switches. If you change either this gear or this gear, the chances are that you'll probably be fine, but you might find that one or other of these switches isn't switched at the right moment. So in order to set that, what you can do is put the tape in, wind it, I'm going from left to right to wind it. You can hear the one switch is gone. So let's have a look at that. And that is actually okay. So let's just try it. Yeah, you can hear both switches when I push the tape in clicking. But to adjust it, which is what I was saying before, wind the tape in a little bit. And according to the manual, this gap from the edge here to here needs to be between 16 and 18 millimeters. Once that's set, you then unscrew this and set it so the switch just goes open. When it gets to that, you just tighten that back up and that's set correctly. This one, I believe all you need to do is make sure that basically if you push the tape in, it's actuated without any sort of motor or anything else, load or whatever. Just get it so this switch is essentially actuated first ahead of this one. And again, that's adjusting this screw here. But obviously, that's probably going to be fine. This gear seems to be very reliable. It's this gear that seems to fail. So it's that adjustment that you need to carry out. So there we go, all good to go. And except it isn't. This is actually a completely different machine. And when I shot the original video about 11 months ago, I actually forgot to video the closing section of it working and everything hunky-dory, and the machine has long since gone back to its owner. And and obviously this is a C30 as well, which it was actually a C20 I was working on. So yeah, this machine, you might remember this from the unboxing video I did recently, and I will be doing this very shortly. I will get this going, hopefully. Should be quite a nice challenge, as you can see. So yeah, but the machine that went into, absolutely perfect, worked a dream, really good front loading system, nice and smooth as they can be. Timer was good on the micro switches, so really pleased with that. So with that, I shall bid you farewell. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much to everyone who's subscribed so far. It's great. It's really nice to see so many people have subscribed, and it does mean an awful lot to me. So with that, see you in the next video.